What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Tuffy the Great. So today is May the 4th, which of course is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you all. I am a huge Star Wars nerd, so I wanted to put up another video today. I did one kind of briefly last year, not as in-depth. Hopefully I can kind of pull something else off today. So today we are going to start off with a little bit of Star Wars Battlefront. We're going to start off on the Fighter Squadron. And we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about something like, we're going to talk about Episode 8 coming out, big news there. We're going to talk about some Star Wars news and things that are happening. We're going to discuss 10 burning questions that we were left with at the end of Episode 8, or Episode 7, The Force Awakens. So let's kind of jump in here and let's see. We're going to take our X-Wing out. So really the first big question that I had at the end of Episode 7 is, okay, so what happens to Kylo Ren now? A lot of people, I think, were kind of disappointed with Kylo. And I really wasn't. I actually, believe it or not, I really liked his character. But, you know, the last time we saw him was after his severe douche moment with killing Han Solo. Han Solo is, of course, one of my favorite Star Wars characters, so that one, I knew somebody had posted in a group that I belonged to, that, you know, showed the picture of Han Solo, basically, for lack of a better word, being run through by Kylo Ren. So I knew Han Solo was going to die, but, you know, at the end of Episode 8, not just with his sort of douchey moment of having killed his father and completed his, I don't want to say transition to the dark side, but at least strengthened it. So, what is going to happen for him now? Oh, somebody's already found Slave 1. Oh, goody. So what is next for a hero coin for Kylo Ren? The last we saw him, he had killed Han Solo and was being summoned by Snoke to, quote-unquote, finish his training. So, you know, what's going to happen there? Larry King, Adam Driver, the actor who plays Kylo Ren, did an interview with Larry King, and he was asked, does Kylo Ren survive? And Adam Driver very cryptically said, well, that depends on what your definition of living is. So, very, very, very cryptic response from Mr. Driver there. So we'll see. I think that we're going to see Kylo Ren's kind of descent into even more sort of madness. He wants to be like Darth Vader, and he's kind of ultimately missing the point of what makes Darth Vader. So we'll see there, right? Alright, so the next question I had is about Rey's lineage, right? I think this was one that everybody had. Who is Rey? What is her last name? Oh, there's a transport. Gotta pay attention here, Tuffy. Who is Rey? What is Rey's last name? What is the deal with her parents? You know, a lot of people have said that her parents are Han and Leia, making her Kylo Ren's unofficial stepsister, I guess you could say. Or unofficial little sister. People have said that maybe she's a Skywalker. I actually heard one that said, you know, what if she's a Kenobi? That would explain her British accent. And, you know, but people have said, no, she's got to be a Skywalker. That's why she was on Jakku, to kind of mirror Luke's childhood. Come here, Slave 1. To kind of mirror Luke's childhood and the journey that Luke went through. But I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully we'll find out here. Hopefully we'll find out something. The next big question that I had is, who the heck is Supreme Leader Snoke? We had a big in-depth talk after we went and saw Episode 7, and I went and saw it with the girlfriend and her family, and we were talking about what, you know, we had kind of kicked around the idea, well, what if he's Darth Plagueis the Wise? Of course, Darth Plagueis is the Sith Lord who had learned to stop people from dying, but couldn't stop his own death at the hands of his apprentice. So, you know, ultimately, I really don't know who Supreme Leader Snoke is. You know, Disney had said that the extended universe is no longer canon, but they threw in little Easter eggs like Han and Leia having a son who turns to the dark side, which happened in the Young Jedi Chronicles. Han and Leia's son and daughter, Jace and Jacelyn. Solo, ultimately, Jace turned to the dark side and followed the path of the dark side, and his sister Jacelyn had to basically take him out, had to go get him. Defend that transport, boys and girls. So, you know, they said, but we'll see. We'll see. I wouldn't really consider Darth Plagueis extended universe. Who is or was the last Jedi? It's not really something, a question I had at the end of Episode 7, but is Luke the last Jedi? I kind of had this question when the trailer for Episode 8 dropped. I was like, okay, you know, I've heard people say, well, it's Luke. Luke's the last Jedi. Well, how can Luke be the last Jedi? I mean, it was hinted at Episode 7, at the beginning of Episode 7, you know. But what about Rey, you know, who, and I think that there's going to be more to it. I really do, you know. We don't know who Benicio del Toro plays. We don't know, because Benicio del Toro is in Episode 8, and we have no idea who he's going to play. So, you know, here's to hoping. But, I don't know. Who is the last Jedi? Is Luke the last Jedi? Is Rey the last Jedi? Who's the damn last Jedi? You know? Why did the Jedi need to end? That is one I want to know. Has Luke's faith, of course, after the inevitable, well, not inevitable, but the betrayal of, dang it, come back here, you little bugger, Kylo Ren, when he, you know, basically destroyed Luke's, Jedi Academy, his attempt to rebuild the Jedi Order. You know, I mean, maybe that's something. I don't know. We'll have to just see. And what challenges, what new adventures are we going to send Rey, Finn, and Poe on? You know, we see Rey doing her training on the island where Luke is. We get a shot in the Episode 8 trailer of Finn still in what looks like a medically sealed off container, I guess. And then, of course, we see Poe doing, for lack of a better term, Poe things. Running away from explosions and being a dashing hero. I did like Poe Dameron in Episode 7. He was, of the new characters, he was one of my favorites. Oh, no! Well, Slave 1 got me. Sort of. I'm going to take an A-Wing out this time. So we'll see what happens. I think Poe is going to be our big dashing hero. There's a couple of new characters that have been introduced, so we'll see what kind of new adventures await our heroes. So going back to kind of why has Luke given up on the Jedi? Is it because of the betrayal of Kylo Ren? Is it because of, you know, why has Luke given up on the Jedi? Why does he think the Jedi need to end? Alright, we're going to have to get low. So why does he need the Jedi to end? Why does he, you know, I don't know. There's just a whole lot of questions. You know, has Luke become disillusioned? Maybe the way, with the concept of the Jedi, maybe the same way that his father did, maybe the same way that Anakin did. So I don't know. We'll have to see what's going on there. You know. Will we see this? This is a big one because there were classic characters that were missing. Imagine the Scream Fest if, you know, Leia is standing in a room and all of a sudden you hear that deep baritone voice and Lando Calrissian walks through the door. That would be completely epic. but we'll see. You know, so I think, I don't want to say myself included, but myself included, we have to wonder, is that at the last, will we see Han in a flashback? I don't know, will we see Han again? You know, you can't, I don't know, there was such a conflicted time for me. I know that, you know, Harrison Ford wanted to kill Han Solo in Empire. He wanted him to be killed off in the end of Empire. And him and George Lucas ultimately came to the agreement that, well, why don't we just freeze him in carbonite, you know, take the summer off, see how you feel about it, and, you know, we'll come back to it and everything. And I think that Harrison Ford came back and ultimately decided that, you know, it was just time to finish the trilogy, do his thing, you know. So we know that Harrison had wanted that, but would we see Han Solo maybe in a flashback? You know, I don't know. We'll see. And then, of course, my next really big question is, what can we expect from Leia? Of course, the end of 2016 went out on a low note, having taken the beautiful and amazing Carrie Fisher with it. Right there at the end, just after the Christmas holiday.
You're heading the wrong way.
So we know that she had finished principal photography on episode 8 and was actually on her way back from doing some editing and reshoots to the movie in London when she had a heart attack and was subsequently hospitalized after that. It really kind of goofed the plan, I think, that Disney had for... I missed the health pickup. That Disney had for Princess Leia, or General Leia, I guess now, General Organa. The big reunion with Luke in 8, and of course the ultimate final showdown / confrontation with Kylo Ren in 9. So we'll just have to see. So of course the big thing that was supposed to be Leia is her inevitable reunion with Luke in episode 8, and then the confrontation with Kylo Ren in episode 9. You know, she was basically probably going to do the BA mom thing and, you know, grab him by the ear and, you stop it and come home right now, young man, you know. So I don't know, but unfortunately her extremely unfortunate death has kind of put the kibosh on that. She's supposed to have a more major role in episode 8, and then her role is going to become even bigger than it was in episode 7. It was going to be huge in 9. She was going to be an important part of, you know, what was going on. I don't know. You know, again, so sad. There in IMDb, there's actually a video where cast members from the new saga share some of their memories about Carrie. So I definitely urge you to go check that out. That's a pretty cool one. So, and then of course the last one is, what will we get with more Phasma? When we last left Captain Phasma, she had suffered kind of a double humiliation at being forced to lower the shield on Starkiller Base and being thrown into a trash compactor. So what is in the future for her now? When they first created the character, and of course they cast the absolutely amazing Gwendolyn Christie, who plays Brienne of Tarth on Game of Thrones. I think she's a great actress, and I am very strangely attracted to her. It's kind of fun to watch. Look at pictures of her when you see how absolutely tall she is. Let's pick the Rebels today. When you see how tall she is. But they cast her, and they were really hoping that Captain Phasma would be more of a
Call in reinforcements. Switch on the uplinks.
Uplink
sort of
station
Boba Fett-like
engaged.
character, you know, that sort of an unintentional BA character. And she ended up kind of not really. She ended up kind of being a nothing burger. Yeah, she ended up kind of being a nothing burger, and I think that was a great disappointment. I think there was a lot of potential for fans there. You know, the thing about like Boba Fett is Boba Fett was an unintentional BA. Boba Fett was not created with the intent of being completely badass. So, you know, I think that's something that they kind of missed with Captain Phasma. But, you know, what happens? Has she been sort of in trouble for her ultimate dereliction of duty? Did she get, you know, what happened with Phasma? So that'll be, the hero coin. Where did the hero coin go? Here it is. There's the hero coin. Wait, what? You bugging the game there, guys? I think maybe. So that'll be kind of interesting to see what happens with Phasma in the future. So, what else? Now, other Star Wars news. EA has at the Star Wars celebration in Orlando, which marked the 40th anniversary of Star Wars. They showed off they showed off the new Star Wars Battlefront trailer for Battlefront 2. It does. Whoa. ATST's got a hold of me there. Woo! That was kind of brutal. Let's see. There we go. Take down the ATST. It apparently is going to have a story mode that centers on a stormtrooper, kind of a spec ops stormtrooper, after the death of the Emperor and the destruction of the second Death Star. So we'll see what kind of happens there.
Station engaged.
Let's get a different blaster. Let's use the 1280. So, you know, hopefully they have kind of listened to that. Hopefully they take that serious. Now, of course, what you'd like to see in there is the Galactic Conquest. There were parts of Battlefront, which is what I'm playing now, that were absolutely amazing. But, I mean, honestly, there was just parts of...
Well done. We've activated.
Oh, great. Now I'm stuck in... What is going on here? There we go. But there were parts of it that were a little disappointing. You know, and I think that there was a great missed opportunity there. So let's turn this uplink signal back now. The Empire turned it off. We're going to turn it back on.
Well done.
It was ultimately it was just a match game. You know, it's just match after match. There's nothing really happening with it. So I don't know. Hopefully Battlefront 2, hopefully it becomes what it should be, you know.
Y-wing targeting systems lost.
So we'll see. But other than that, what else is going on? You know, I mean, it's kind of a big year for Star Wars. It really is. What do we got? Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put a blaster cannon right here. So any stormtroopers come in there, they can jump on that and defend our position, especially if they're gonna come down that. Oh, yep, that's a goner.
All Y-wings got a lock on the Imperial locker.
Let's So that is the walker shooting at us. Ooh, buddy. Stick the vehicle turret right here. Here pretty soon we should start getting a... Oh, the AT-AT got me. That's a bummer.
Bombers have launched and are on their way.
Alright, here come the bombers, so it's time to take out the
Nearly ready to make an
AT-AT.
attack run. The walker is exposed.
Right in between the guys, like so. That's not gonna last long. Boy, that guy has got it out for me, don't he? Better get to the second set of uplinks here.
Walker's taking serious damage.
This one was always the hardest if you're the Empire, because as the Empire, you only get one walker. So this one was always kind of a bugger. Come on, get up there. Motivated butt stroke.
Get to the uplinks.
Anyway, so yeah. So hopefully with Star Wars Battlefront 2, because like I said, this was a game that just had so much potential. So much potential, and it was just wasted. It really was. It could have been so much more than it was. You know, and it was just a flop. It was just a disappointment. It was nothing
Uplink activated.
but a pretty
Imperial
skin over a mediocre game. Like, you know, somebody asked me, you know, the Star Cards is old and just completely tired way of it's lazy. You know, when we got this game, we were really hoping that it would be more like Battlefield. Calling in a hero. Who should we be? Who should we be? Chewie? No. You know what? Let's do this the right way. Let's do Luke. That it was. We were really hoping.
May the Force be with us.
That it would be so much more than it was, and it just, you know. But I mean, that's EA. That's EA really seems to be overly focused on PvP. I don't know why they're like, you're gamers, you must really enjoy PvP. You know, all gamers enjoy PvP. You know, and so that's what we're gonna make. We're gonna make this strictly PvP. It's gonna be all PvP, and darn it, you're gonna like it. You know, and it just kind of, like, I wish it had been more. I think there were so many people that wished it had been more. You know, I mean, there are those of us that are, you know, we're Star Wars fans. You know, and the advertising for this game and everything else was so completely epic that it should have been more than it really was. You know, and it just ended up being nothing. So, you know, here's to hope. I mean, I'm gonna get off the Star Wars Battlefront thing. This game does have its loyal fans. You know, there are people that do truly enjoy the game. And
Close enough.
yeah, taking down a ATST with a Jedi. So again, here's to hoping. Those kooky stormtroopers. Ugh. Yeah, they introduced an offline mode, with, like, they call it skirmish. Unfortunately, I'm having this game, I don't know, man. Like, the internet that's required for this game is just completely ridiculous. And I think it's because EA uses their own dedicated servers, and they just seem to be really hungry. So, I mean, unless I'm just having an amazing internet day, it just, I can't get online with this game. Whoop. Don't want to get crushed by the walker. Which can happen, even as Luke Skywalker. Yeah. Take that, bad guys. So I guess that's really all we have to talk about. You know, we got episode 8 coming out. We haven't really heard. I know that EA, or not EA, excuse me, that's Disney. Disney just announced a release date for episode 9, but we don't have a title yet. They just released the title for episode 8, The Last Jedi, a couple of months ago. Wow, there is a lot of bombers coming in on that walker. And like I said, this is the hardest map for the Empire. Oh, and we got it. We took the walker down. Yay! So that's it. That's it for Star Wars. May the 4th be with you. Not a whole lot to say. 42 kills, 2 deaths. Yay! It happens when you're playing against AI. It's kind of dumb. But I wanted to show you guys more with the PvP, but having a slow internet day, so I couldn't really do it. But that's going to do it for us today, guys. So happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you all. And I will talk to you guys later on.